Bonjour, mes amis. How's it going? A little bit of French this morning for ya. I'm awake, wide awake early in the morning. It's a beautiful day out here. Why am I awake? It's because my wife woke me up this morning to help get her out of the driveway. And see this driveway right here? Turns out it doesn't tolerate a half-ass shovel. You gotta really go at it. You gotta put salts down. Otherwise, your car gets stuck. So there you go. Learn something new about the house. The other thing that's been new is new carpets. Check this out. You like it? Remember how it was all super gross during the house tour? Now it's all nice and soft. I'm a big fan of new carpeting. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, number one is stocks. I purchased a little bit of US Steel Corp recently. The symbol for that is X, and I wanted to give you guys an idea of why I did that because I thought that it was a useful example in this particular stock purchase. So if you look at the chart for US Steel Corp, you're going to notice that long term it's a really, really bouncy stock that kind of goes up and down, and it's been down below $10 a share, and it's been up above 30, and currently it's at about 13. And that's one thing that I like to see. I like to see in the range between the lowest number and the highest number, I like to have at least a 2-to-1 ratio or more of potential upside to potential downside. So from around 13 to 8, there's about $5, but from 13 to about 35, there's over $20. So we got a nice 4-to-1 almost ratio of upside to downside. But then you also got to base your decision to purchase a stock in some fundamentals. So with US Steel Corp, it's trading at about 3.5 times earnings. That's not too bad at all for any company in any sector. It's paying out a little bit of a dividend, 1.5%. Nothing impressive, but still it pays it. And most importantly, the US dollar is very, very strong right now. The way that the stock purchase came about is me and my buddy who does a lot of technical analysis were sitting around, and we both realized that we were in total agreement that the US dollar is insanely strong. Probably stronger than it deserves to be. And whenever the US dollar is super strong, steel tends to be quite weak, or at least the price of steel. And when the price of steel is weak, that's reflected in a company like US Steel Corp's share price. So that's how that stock purchase came about. So I wanted to give you guys some idea of the rationale so you guys see how I pick some of these value plays that I have. The other thing I wanted to mention is toilets. One of the things I find most annoying is when a toilet isn't energy efficient these days, meaning it goes through a lot of water. So you can imagine my chagrin when I moved into my new place, looked around and discovered that neither one of the toilets in here were energy efficient. But then I noticed the people who lived here before me did a bit of a toilet hack. I'll show you what I mean. So this is one of the non-energy efficient toilets. If you flush it, it flushes like forever and uses a ton of water. But it doesn't quite use up as much water as it could. I'll show you. I'm just going to take off the lid of this thing. And look at what they did in here. Look at this. This is a Bolthouse juice that they filled up all the way with water and they put in here. And it occupies maybe something like 10% of the room in that tank. And yeah, that does mean that the toilet fills up about 10 to 15% less. And it still flushes everything. These old toilets can freaking flush a horse down the sewer system. So yeah, and they did this in both toilets, the upstairs and the downstairs. And I believe they even did something a little bit different in the downstairs because the toilet was a little bit smaller. I think they used a different size Bolthouse juice container. Anyway, I thought it was a neat little simple hack to save yourself a little bit of water. See right here. So this is like a more efficient toilet right here. But it's still not a totally energy efficient one. And we know that because the handle isn't a two-setting handle. It's just a single setting. But look, Bolthouse juice, different size, but same idea, and it works just as well in this toilet as it does in the upstairs one. So there you go, toilet hack, the more you know. As soon as I found that, I kind of laughed and I wanted to show it to you guys. On that note, if you found this quick little episode on stocks and toilets useful, be sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you all next time.